welcome to the show, The Total You. I am your hostess, Evangelist Faris Wallace, and we're coming under the direction of Abundant Faith Cathedral in Detroit. We're under the direction of Bishop Joel T. Wallace, who is the pastor. Our presentation is about your mind, body, soul, and spirit, so I'm asking, sit back and enjoy this broadcast. Welcome to The Total You. We have some good shows in store for you today, and I'm hoping you'll get something from this particular guest that I've got. I'm going to have her introduce herself, please.
Hi, my name is Janelle Jennerette, and I'm a mother of a 3-year-old son who has autism.
And, okay, go back just a little bit more. Are you a single parent or a husband, support?
Single parent.
A single parent of a 3-year-old autistic child?
Yes.
Okay. We know Janelle from church. So I've only known you for how many months now?
About 2-3 months.
Yeah, about 3 months.
Yep.
And one of the things that a lot of people who come into the church, especially with a child who's autistic,
Yes.
is they don't want to interrupt services. And I remember Pastor coming to you and saying, just bring him.
Yes.
Just bring him. And the reason why is because we have had autistic children in the church.
Okay.
Several of them, actually.
Okay.
And they have been a blessing. And so some of us don't know how to respond to an autistic child.
Yes.
And so I'm going to ask you to begin. What started? When did you notice that your child was a little bit different?
Well, when he was first born, like he was like completing all the milestones, like everything was going good until he turned about, I'll say 1.5. And I realized he wasn't responding to his name. I realized like he was flapping his hands a lot, walking on his tippy toes, and I didn't really think nothing of it because I walk on my tippy toes sometimes.
Okay.
So certain stuff, and then he was like a real picky eater. But when I realized when I put him into nursery school, how he wasn't comprehending, he had like a little delay.
Okay.
And like the other kids would sit down and he would run around and wasn't speaking or saying something. So I realized like something not right.
Okay.
And then his dad brought it to my attention too. And I said, okay, let's go get him checked. So we went and got him checked out, and he wasn't doing well on the different tests that they give.
Okay.
They showed that he had a delay. So they recommended me to take him to speech and occupational therapy and physical therapy because his gross motor skills wasn't
up to where they should be. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So when you said you noticed these things, as a parent, do you, I mean, most of us, well, okay, we don't notice, okay, our child is out there playing and that's fine. But you noticed that your child wasn't really interacting with a lot of kids.
Right.
So,
he wasn't.
And so they told you to take them where?
Well, the first place we went into, it's called Children's Specialty. It's across the street from Children's Hospital.
Okay.
So it's a doctor. She was like a neurologist.
Okay.
So they was just like testing him, giving him little tasks that a regular kid would be able to do.
Okay.
And he wasn't doing it, or it wasn't engaging to him. He didn't really care. He would just run away.
Okay.
And another thing was my niece is 6 months older than him.
Okay.
They wouldn't engage. She would try to play with him, but he'll just move away and run away. So that was another sign.
Okay. And so you took him over to the what did you call it?
It's called Children's Specialty. It's right across the street from Children's Hospitals.
Okay. So you took him over to Children's Specialty, and they did the testing. Did they charge you?
No. It's all through my insurance.
It was through so the insurance would cover the testing for the child?
Yes.
Okay.
One of the testings. And then the next test I went to is called the Image Center, and that's to let you know what levels and what else to do further. Now, U of M and Urban Hills, they would do it for free.
Okay.
Like if you are like a low-income parent.
Okay.
And but it's a wait list.
Okay.
So it's a lot of resources for low-income parents. It's just you have to be patient to be on a list.
On the list.
Yes, and just wait.
So how do you get on these lists?
Well, once you go to the doctor, they'll give you like different like brochures.
Okay.
But me, I was on Google
Okay.
looking for stuff.
Okay.
And so I started interacting with a lot of different mothers that was dealing with the same thing with their child. And so we all just got our resource together. But one place, one community, it was called Autism Alliance.
Okay.
They help a lot. Like if you need help, they would show you different therapies you can go to, different resources. So they helped me a lot, and the early on and early intervention.
Okay.
They helped a lot too.
Okay. They gave you like pointers on how to do things or how to, where to go for the next steps.
Yes.
Okay. And they charge?
No.
No, those were like for the low income
Yes.
or thing. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So you got all this together, and you said something about the other mothers. Mm-hmm. Is there a group of people or parents or anyone that will deal with these?
Well, on Facebook, it's a lot of like autism groups for parents, and so I joined their groups, and we all would like talk, or a stranger. It's like mother to mother. We know like, okay, something's not right with, that child. And so we interact like, oh, okay, here go information. And one of my friends I grew up with, her son has autism too. Okay. And we both just connect and just, if she having a problem, she'll ask me the questions. If I'm having a problem, I ask her questions. And my god sister, she adopted her son, and he has autism. Okay. So she helped me out a lot too with resources. Okay. So it's all word of mouth. Just word of mouth. Mm-hmm. Okay. I'm going to say this. Mm-hmm. Does it get, as a parent, now you've got all these resources, do you ever feel like pulling your hair out? All the time. All the time? All the time. Okay. So this is an emotional thing that you're going through too. Yes. So tell me what it's like to be the parent of a child that you're... Well, I love my son to death. Like, he's my heart, my joy. Okay. But sometimes it do get hard, like mentally. Okay. Like seeing how other kids are, playing, living normal. And then my son, it's like he just having a hard time. But in my mind, I know he's, don't really know how to like communicate. But in his mind, he's just doing him, living a perfect life for him. Okay. And so it stressed me out a lot. Like, I just try so hard. Like, okay, what am I doing wrong? What do I need to do more? How can I help him more? And so it's like, it was a whole life change for me. But I wouldn't change him for the world. Like, to me, my eyes now, he's perfect. But I still have my days where I don't sleep, where I try to feed him different, introduce him to different foods. He won't eat. He eat the same stuff every day. Okay. Going to different doctors, and you feel like, okay, he processing, and then they come with a list like, oh, he's delayed at this. That's hurtful. Just to hear that. Okay. So it's up and down. Up and down. Mm-hmm. I'm good, because it would bother, I don't know about me, it would hurt me to my heart. Yes. And it's like, I want him to be quote unquote, and it's not going to be quote unquote, because like you said, he's doing fine in his world. Yes. And it's just because we want a certain standard, and we want him to, and he's not in that, he's not there. Right. But, amen. Okay. I'm going to get to this autism thing. You said you found out that he was autistic at about the age of 1.5. Yes. Okay. And he's now 3. Mm-hmm. Do they have programs for autistic children to further with the older they get, or? Mm-hmm. Like right now, like if you find out your child has autism around like 1 or 2, it's a program called Early On, or the Early Intervention. And what they do is it's a social worker, like a psychiatrist, and a BCBA. They like will test your child out to see like what levels they need help with, and so they will have your kid come for like 3 or 4 hours. And this is like while you're on a waiting list to get into ABA.
Okay.
The ABA program is technically like they teach your child how to behave. They teach them how to potty train, how to eat, how to function right, to be able to adapt in different environments. Like right now, since my son, he's been in ABA, speech therapy, occupational therapy, physical therapy, and recreational therapy.
Okay.
Luckily, his dad, he has a nice job, so he has good insurance. But before then, when I was going through the low income part, they help out a lot too. It's just a waiting list. You just have to be patient to wait. They, like early on in the venture, they even would come pick you up from your home.
Okay.
And take your child and you to the different therapy, and they will help you.
Okay.
And yeah.
To do those things.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and they would give you all the things that need to help you go a little bit further for every different stage that the child is.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay. There's so many questions in my mind. Is like, okay, so now you've got the support system in, and they're doing this, and they're getting your child up to a certain point, and then, oh God, okay. Have they said anything about what happens at a certain point once the child turns 18? Have you gotten to that point?
Once he turned 18, they have like adult transition programs where your kid could stay, your adult can stay until he's 26 years old.
Okay.
Once he's 26, that's when I guess they feel like, he's older and he's okay. But those different programs, it teach him how like to get a job, how to work, how to live, cook, clean, just adapt in more an environment. So basically it's like really I can adapt in my environment. It's like I'm showing him and trying to prepare him to adapt in this world.
Okay.
So that's like really my goal.
Okay. And you got this support system. Okay. I've noticed that most autistic children have they have an affinity for one thing. Some of them are good at music. Some are good at art. Have you noticed anything different about your child?
Right now, my son, he's only addicted to is magnetized. He like to stack things up. He like to organize his blocks. He likes to make lines. He likes to cut lights on and off. Like right now, he just focus on blocks. Okay. That's his thing. He like to stack stuff up. He likes to yeah, that's about it right now.
He's gonna be a builder.
Yeah, he's gonna be a builder. He was stack stuff up all the time and organize it with colors. And if you do it a certain way, he'll get mad about it and do it himself. Like you're doing it wrong. Let me show you.
So this is you're learning how to deal with a child who's got his own set, his own mindset.
Yes.
Does he ever get like I'm gonna say like a 2-year-old? Do they throw temper tantrums?
Oh yes. He do. Okay. He used to do it a lot. Like that's another thing I noticed. Like if it's a loud car that drive by, he will cry and scream. If it's too much, that's why sometimes when I leave church, I leave early. Once everybody come together, we're talking because he can't handle all that. It's like a lot of noise, everybody talking, and there's just so much going on. He will fall out and start crying. So it's certain areas and places that I don't let him be around. Like for his birthdays, it's been kind of like torturing to him because everybody else having fun, but it's just too much going on.
Too much activity.
Yeah, too much.
Okay, when you said that, going to church. How did you prepare him for that?
I just, I didn't. I just said I didn't have nobody to watch him, and I said, why not go to church?
Okay.
And at first, I know it was like a lot, and some people didn't understand what was going on. That's why I was like trying to leave. But when the pastors told me, and I explained to him what was going on, and he told me to let him stay.
Yes.
So as he go now, he's not as loud like he used to be. Like he enjoy like the singing. He will clap his hands. He try to say amen and try to say hallelujah.
Okay.
And so he will try to pray. Like he'll watch us pray. So he'll hold your hand and do this. So it's like he pays attention to what's going on, and I wanted him to be around like kids, and I can't keep him in the house forever, you know. So I'm trying to get him used to being out in public. So why not come to church?
Okay. So wait, he's getting there.
Yeah, he's getting there. Yeah. I know he still talks sometimes, so sorry everybody about that, but
hey, he's fine. He's fine. A lot of us, like I said, we don't know, so we're learning.
Yeah.
Okay, so what would you suggest? How would you tell, like you said, you talked to the pastor. Okay, what exactly would you tell someone that you have this child who's...
I try not to all the time unless someone's like giving me a look, or if my son like do something, I'll say, excuse me, I'm sorry, you know. And then if they ask me, I'll say something, but I'm not ashamed or embarrassed. Okay. So I'm just trying to, I would try to educate somebody more, because sometimes people, they don't understand. Like in our community now, it seems like now it's really autism. Like, what's going on? Some people really don't know. Okay. Because I didn't know. I had to really like Google and really get educated on it myself. So I won't mind, like if someone asks me a question or approach me with it, I won't mind explaining. Okay. But if he really doing something wrong, I will explain, like, I'm sorry, he's, you know, he has autism. He doesn't mean to do it if he hurting a child or something, but he's not there yet. He doesn't bother nobody. More so, he's scared of kids. He move away from them. Okay. So learning how to tell someone is not necessarily what you do. It's just that you let him act the way he normally acts. And then if somebody gives you, I mean, do you get a lot of evil eyes? Not all the time, but sometimes. Okay. I get an evil look, or they'll look. But sometimes, like, where I'm at now, some people understand and know. Or they'll ask, like, or something, like, and then once they realize, like, oh, okay, I get it. Okay. But I really haven't had too much of, like, evil eyes or people being mean or stuff like that. Well, you should have taken better care of your child. What's the matter with you letting you do that? You know? Okay. So you don't get that much? No. You know, one of the things, I know I'm putting you on the spot. You said that you Googled it. So what kind of things were on this Google? It explains, like, the different stages of autism. Oh, you got me now. Come on. What are the different stages? Do you remember? Yes, 1, 2, it's stage 1, when it's, like, mild. It's, like, kids or people are still able to function and do stuff. It just, they're, like, a slow learner. Or have, like, a little delay. Minor, it's, like, stage 2. It's, like, they're not as alert, or their delay is a little slower than stage 1. Okay. Stage 3 is the severe, where they feel like they're nonverbal. Well, stage 2, you could be nonverbal too, but stage 3 is like you nonverbal. You would have to have a caregiver to help you for the rest of their life. But a lot of stuff I read, a lot of people was diagnosed with severe, and they're able to walk, talk, and do stuff. So I feel like if you have faith, you pray. Oh, come on, girl. Come on. Faith, you pray, you don't give up on your child. Don't always look for other resources to help. You can do stuff at home yourself, too. Okay. Don't just ship them off. Oh, he can go to therapy, he okay. And then when he come home, just don't do nothing. So it's like, it's an all-day thing. But sometimes I do give him breaks, because he is a little guy and he does a lot. Okay. He go to therapy Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Uh-oh. And some days he have 2 or 3 therapies. Okay. So sometimes when he want to let loose and run around, I let him let loose and run around. Like a normal child. Yeah. It's like, wait a minute, I've been in school all day. Come on, let me have some playtime. So, right. Yeah. And a lot, so with this thing, here you are. What do you do? I mean, I'm not saying now that, you know, but it's like, when does mama have time to be mama, or when does mama have time to go out and take care of business or to work, or when does mama get all this? Mama don't right now. Like, I'm trying. Like, when I first found out my son was diagnosed, I was in nursing school. I was like literally in a nursing program to be an LPN.
Okay.
But I was so stressed and worried because when he was in daycare, I can watch the videos and I just seen him just running, crying, climbing on tables. And I seen a staff just doing this, not knowing what to do.
Okay.
And one of the staff members yanked his arm real hard.
Oh, goodness.
And so I left. And that's when I was like, something's not right. And once I found out, I took a leave of absence and I've been taking care of him.
Okay.
And so it's been hard to find jobs because some people, they're not flexible.
Right.
They don't understand. It's like you have to be at work. But now I just, now I work as a school bus driver now. So I'm able to do my first route and then I come home, get him ready, take him to therapy, and then I do the rest of my route. And his dad picks him up for me or my mom to pick him up.
Okay.
So I got a little help now, but in the beginning, everything was on me.
Okay.
So now I'm still trying to still have mom time, but not feel bad.
Okay.
So that's the battle I'm going through right now. Like, I feel bad sometimes, like, but I do need a break. But then it's like, oh my God, will my son need me? So it's it's challenging.
But see, then too, as a person, you've got to have that emotional release too.
Yes.
Well, if you'll be out there and nobody be able to take care of your child.
Right.
So it's like, I got to keep me together.
Yes.
So those support groups, do they help you with that? Do they come in like, okay, I need a break. Can you come over and can you help with this? Or can you,
You can do like home therapy, but I take him to the center. So when he's gone, that's when I have my free time sometimes. I can just relax because he's gone. But in the beginning, I used to have to stay for a while till he got comfortable with everybody.
Okay.
So, yeah, sometimes that'd be my breaks. But my breaks, when he's not with me, that's when I'm working to pay my bills and stuff. So it's like, it's up and down. And my daughter, she helped me out a lot.
Okay.
Like his big sister, she really helped out a lot.
Good question.
Mm-hmm.
As a sibling,
Mm-hmm.
is she having a hard time? You said she's helping out, but did she have a struggle when this first?
When she first found out, yeah, she was a little sad about it, but she started looking up stuff, and she used to like cry because she would try to teach him stuff because she was like, I don't want nobody to bully my brother.
Okay.
I don't want them to tease my brother. So she would try to educate him too. So like for Christmas, she bought him all educational toys. Like,
Okay.
we're gonna learn how to do this, we're gonna learn how to do that. But now it's like she's adapting to it and understanding him. So she just try to teach him. But she love him to death and he love her. Like, he love her.
Okay.
And so he tried to say her name. He say her name a couple times. Because he's nonverbal. He's labeled as nonverbal. But he do say little words. But it's not up to their standards of children. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
I guess maybe I'm having a hard time too because autism has seemed like it's been like an epidemic.
Yes.
Everybody seems to have autism.
Mm-hmm.
And have they ever said in Google or even the doctors, what causes this?
No, they keep saying either it's genetic. Some people say from getting vaccines. Some people say from if you was pregnant, take a Tylenol. It's just like, it's just myths.
Okay.
It's not really a cause. It's just, to me, it seemed like once COVID happened, it was like autism just came at a high peak.
Okay.
And I feel like autism been around, we just didn't know about it.
Okay.
So it's like, wow, all these people have autism. Even like as I'm a bus driver and I'm around a lot of special need kids, and it's like, wow, I didn't know so many people had it, and it's crazy.
Yeah, and it just seems like, okay, it's a part of the environment now, of our culture, and we've got to learn how to deal with it.
Yeah.
So as a parent, you're telling a parent not to feel guilty.
Yes, don't feel guilty.
Because it wasn't anything you did.
Right.
It was nothing you did. And like you said, some people think it was a vaccine. Some people think it was a diet or whatever. But it's not anything that you've done.
Right.
Per se. And I really don't think it's genetic.
Mm-hmm. Me neither.
Because,
but that's what they say.
Yeah, I don't think it's genetic because there are too many other things.
Yes.
And I'm going to say this. Where you said it's been around, I'm believing that a lot of people had this, and what they did is they put them in silence.
Yeah.
Put you off into a place where you went cuckoo even further.
Yeah.
So you know, because nobody was there to take care of you. All they cared about was that, okay, you were there. And
Right.
so as a parent, you're telling a parent not to feel guilty, to get some education.
Yes.
Not just from Google.
Right, not just from Google.
but to also get it from doctors and from other parents who've got autistic children.
And they have like social workers, counseling, like for parents. It's a lot of resources. It's just we don't know about it. And I'm free if anybody need any questions or whatever. I will give all my information because I was once that parent, didn't know what to do. I really had to look up things like Autism Alliance. They will send you information where they have like grants you can sign up for. For Christmas, they passing out like they giving away like Amazon gift cards for $250, so you can you know, buy Christmas gifts for your kids. Activities. Sensory. Face painting, take a picture with Santa Claus, like to make the kids feel like you don't have to, you could be yourself. You don't always have to say, no, don't do this, don't do that. Because it's hard for them too. Like they have to adapt to this world, why we can't adapt to it, why we can't educate our, you know, everybody about it so they won't have to look at them or judge them. So, because they said it's a high rate of most autism, like, teens or adults suicide because they feel like they just can't adapt and people like bullying them and stuff. And so I was saying like I want to be an advocate. So I am an advocate to my son.
So we're learning how to deal with autistic children and how we can help and how as a parent we can support you. Support you, but also support the child too. We're going to learn how to do this. There are, go again. I like the thing you said, Autistic Alliance was one of the resources.
Autism Alliance.
Autism Alliance. And what was the other one that you had?
Oh, that was only one.
The one that was across from the Children's Hospital.
Children's Specialty.
Children's Specialty and Autism Alliance, plus the other one, you had three.
Early interventions.
Early intervention.
And early on. Yep. Your doctor, the pediatrician, will give you a referral to go to them. They know all about it.
So these are things that we think that we can help her and anyone else who's got autism get it together.
The earlier you start, the better for you and your child.
Be aware of the things that are different in your child and not just compare them so that they come up to it, but you know, this is my child and he needs this special help. And now I've got other people who can help me. Here goes a strong woman over here, y'all. So we thank you for tuning in. We want you to know that autism is out there. It's a cultural thing, and we've got to learn how to deal with it, and not just deal with the child, but also the parents of those children. We can do this as a community. We can do this. I want you to stay tuned because we're going to be coming up with some more, but I love you. Bye-bye. Thank you for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed the presentations and the broadcast. I hope you avail yourself of all the information that was given. Remember to continue to tune in at 7 a.m. and 7 p.m. here on RIC TV.